I'm thinking about what I'm going to talk about in this video, just organizing my thoughts. Oh, before I forget, I'm going to be doing a live stream on today, as a matter of fact, December 9th at 11 p.m. Eastern. So be there or be square. It's going to be me and Ethan Ralph and any guest who drops by, really. It might last 20 minutes, it might last 10 hours, who knows. But anyway, the Sunday stream is going to be a regular feature on my channel. Just to give you a heads up, it's just fun to do, you know, and I love OBS, just mastering it. It's just a lot of fun. So yeah, every Sunday there's going to be a Sunday stream at 11 p.m. Eastern. And there's going to be one tonight, so be there or be square. Yeah. So anyway, let's get started with the video. So you're buying a car, right? You're buying a car, whatever car, doesn't matter. And you need it for work, obviously. For work and for life and just to get around here, there, what have you. And you go to the dealership and of course they have the base model, which you can afford. And then there's like the premium package, which is usually, you know, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 more, who knows how much, but it's got a lot of extra doodads, right? It's got like a cool sunroof, or it's got like a super stereo, or an incredible infotainment system, or whatever the fuck, right? But you don't really need it. It's just extra, okay? Right. So you can't afford it or whatever, so what? You're not gonna buy the car because you can't afford the premium package? Of course not. You're gonna buy the car. You're gonna buy the car even though it doesn't come with the premium package, because the premium package is just an extra. You can have a fantastic car without the premium package. And maybe next year or the year after that, when you're earning more money and the job is going well and your career is taking off, maybe then you can trade in your car, the base model that you bought now, and buy yourself, you know, the one with the premium package. Sure, because, you know, we don't want to live a monastic life. Right? We want to have a car with the premium package, sure, with the sunroof and shit, right? Of course. That's women and that's life, okay? If your life is a car, as I've said, I did a video about it, a video that I'm extremely proud of, and relatively few people saw it. I don't quite know why, but it's a really good video. I love it. It's one of my personal favorites. But anyway, if your life is a car, a woman is the premium package. It would be nice to have her, but she is not essential to your happiness or your success in the stage of your life. I'm not saying in your entire life. I'm not advocating MGTOW. Okay, I've never advocated MGTOW like forever. MGTOW for certain periods of your life is perfectly fine and perfectly useful. I did a video about that. You can find it here. But a woman, I mean, how can I put this? Feeling that your life is incomplete without a woman is foolish. And it will twist you up into a knot, okay? Let me go at this in a different direction. See, there's this Maslow's hierarchy, and the only thing I learned from that is this notion of hygienic needs. Hygienic needs are those needs that if you have them, you don't notice them, but when you don't have them, you certainly notice them. For instance, electricity. Suppose, you know, you get to work or whatever, and you go into your office, and what happens? Well, you hit the lights, and then you go and turn on your coffee machine, and then you go and turn on your computer, and then you go and turn on the Wi-Fi, and you know, there you are all of a sudden working, right? You got your coffee, you got your computer, you're on your way. The lights are on, everything copacetic, right? But it requires electricity. If you show up to work and you open the office door and you hit the lights and nothing happens, you're certainly gonna notice it. And you're certainly gonna be bummed out. There's no computer, there's no coffee, there's no lights. What the fuck, right? The lack of electricity is a big deal. Electricity in and of itself is not really important, and you'd be insane to think that your life depends on electricity. It's a hygienic need. When you have it, you don't notice it. When you're lacking it, it's a huge deal, right? Yeah, same with women. Women are a hygienic need. Women are, you know, when they're around, when you have one in your life, you don't really notice her. You know, I mean, of course you notice her, but you know, everything's fine. It's when you don't have a woman in your life That's when things get complicated. That's when you start to freak the fuck out, right? Right. We've all been there, you know? Yeah, we've all been through periods of our lives where, you know, there is no woman in sight, right? And here, of course, comes the paradox. You see, the more you want a woman, the more you yearn for a woman, the less likely you will get a woman. Yeah, that's the terrible paradox, because what happens, of course, is that the more you desire and want a woman, the more your desire starts to twist you up, turns you into a fucking noodle, for crying out loud, and makes you a fucking retard insofar as talking to a girl, and you're fucked. You go up to her and you're like, I'm a spurg, please love me, and you're fucked, right? What the fuck you think any normal girl is gonna do? She's gonna turn and run the fuck away from you. Of course, right? Yeah, we've all been there. Yeah. Don't worry about it. But the point is, see, women are a hygienic need. So what are the needs that they are satisfying? And this is a key issue, and it's something that I harp about all the time. And if you're new to the channel, well, you're going to hear a lot more of this, and I'm going to be a windbag about it, but it's important. You see, women only satisfy 3 needs. Only 3 needs. And those 3 needs are, in order of importance, ascending: sex, domestic comfort and companionship, and providing children. Those are the 3 needs that a woman satisfies. That's it. Sex, domestic comfort and companionship, and having children. It's like, you know, electricity can give you all kinds of things. It can make the coffee machine work. It can make your computer work. It can fucking even make the cars work nowadays, right? Electric cars and all that shit, right? Yeah, you really need electricity for a whole bunch of shit. But women, you only need them for those 3 things: sex, domestic comfort and companionship, and having children. That's it. The most important of these is having children. Okay, now having children, it's been my experience and my personal experience in my own case, and in the experience of other men whom I've known, that the best fathers are older fathers. When you're young, when you're in your 20s or very early 30s, you're too busy making your career, making a life for yourself. You're not going to be a good father. You get older. You get older and you're sort of like more settled in your career and your money situation, all the rest of it, you're going to be a much better father. Sure. So you want to postpone the children thing to the future, you know, to your late 30s, 40s, okay? I mean, in my own case, I had my first child when I was, 45? Yeah, 45. My daughter was born when I was 45, and my son was born when I was 47. Yeah, and of course my wife was a lot younger because, like I said, never date a woman over the age of 25. I mean, at least not for something serious. It's a roll in the hay, a long weekend, sure, it can be any age practically, right? But if it's for some sort of like actual relationship with the possibility of children, never cross the 25-year-old threshold. I certainly did it, and it worked out fine for me. But anyway, moving forward. Those are the 3 needs that you have from a woman: sex, domestic comfort and companionship, and having children. Now, children, you're going to postpone it to your 40s until you got your shit more or less organized, right? Now, so what do you need a woman for now? See? You need her for sex and domestic comfort and or companionship, right? Let's take the second first. You want domestic comfort and companionship, which is perfectly fine. You don't want to go through life all by yourself, all alone, right? But see, if you can't get a woman right away, okay, then what do? Then you get yourself friends. Friends, men or women, it doesn't matter. I mean, but like platonic friends. Friends where the sex thing is not in the way. You get yourself friends, and you build relationships with those friends so that you do not feel so alone. See? You don't make it so that, see, like the woman is the be-all, end-all. See, because a lot of guys, what they do is they seem to think that having a woman in their life is essential. They confuse the premium package with the actual car. You see what I'm saying? In the metaphor before, I was saying that, if you buy the car, the base model, without the premium package, it's going to be a perfectly acceptable car now, isn't it? It's going to drive around, go here, go there, everywhere, take you to work, take you to parties, what have you, even without the premium package. But a lot of guys figure that If they don't have a woman in their life, it's as if they bought a car that doesn't work. But no, your life works perfectly fine. The woman is the premium package. She's not the base model. She's not essential. She is not necessary for you to have a very happy and fulfilled life. See? Now, when I'm talking about a woman, I'm talking about one woman, like having the one girlfriend, the one woman in your life, right? That's the woman I'm talking about. See? So why am I breaking down the needs that you have from any given woman? Because that way you can break up your needs and spread them around. You see what I'm saying? See, you don't need the one woman. You can have many women who satisfy your necessary needs at any given point, right? Yeah, you can have like a bunch of friends who can satisfy your need for domestic comfort and companionship, right? You can wind up like living with some friends, even though you don't financially need to, but just because it's fun, right? Just because it's fun and it provides that domestic comfort, that feeling of coming home to friends and living together and not feeling so alone, so miserable, cooped up in your apartment all by yourself. Right, of course, you can do that, right? And insofar as sex, what? You don't have a one woman, you don't have a girlfriend in your life, you don't have a permanent woman, right? But you can still get sex, you know, even if you don't have somebody permanent, right? And okay, say you're an involuntary celibate. Say that you're lousy with women. You're just awful at it. You're just like a fucking disaster at women. Let's just posit it for the sake of argument. What do? Well, it's very fucking simple what we do. If you really want to get laid, you go to fucking Amsterdam. Yeah, there's a red light district in Amsterdam. Yeah, it's a whole neighborhood with some of the most gorgeous prostitutes on the face of this earth waiting to take your money and screw your brains out in return. Yeah. You know, and I actually looked it up on the computer before I started this. I was kind of curious. You know, to go from LA, which is the farthest spot I could think of, to Amsterdam, round trip ticket, and a week-long stay. Do you know how much it costs? $1,400. That's it. $1,400, and whatever you're going to spring for the hooker for, right? You're going to go, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 bucks. I don't think it could be more. I don't actually know, but let's just assume. Say 300 bucks. And you're going to go, I don't know, 5 times to 5 different hookers. I mean, if you've never gotten laid, sure, you're going to go, it's going to be like a fucking, like, well, you know, cornucopia, horn of plenty. You're going to go and indulge, right? Okay, 5, 7 hookers, fine. 7 hookers at $300 a pop, that's 2,100 bucks. Plus the 1,400, what? That's $3,500. Plus food and miscellaneous. For $5,000, you had yourself a spectacular weekend, right? And of course you can afford it. What the fuck you got a credit card for, man? I mean, you blew probably 10 times that amount on a crappy education that has just made you a debt slave. You can probably scrape up $5,000 on various credit cards and go off and have a good time and stop being an involuntary celibate. And more to the point, stop being like fucking beholden to women because of sex. Sex is the worst reason in the world to think that a woman is essential in your life, okay? If you're better with women, you probably realize that you don't need me to tell you, which is, of course, sex can be gotten everywhere. Women are just like willing to throw themselves at you, okay? So to twist your life and to be miserable over a woman and to think idiotically that your happiness, your existence cannot be fulfilled and satisfying without a woman, it's just stupid. Don't fall for that trap. It's tragic that bright guys fall for this trap. Bright guys who should know better, guys who've got the brains and the observational skills to realize that a woman is not essential for a life. She's just an extra. She's just like the premium package in your car. But they fall for the trap of thinking that she is essential. And often as not, they think that one particular woman that they met is essential. If they don't get her, their life is over. God damn, man. I remember, this is in like 2001, okay? I had moved to Chile, to this apartment complex. And I moved to this apartment complex and everybody was very like, oh, you know, sort of like there was this weird mood. And I was like, what the fuck happened, right? And one of the concierges told me there at the building, he told me that, see, like, like a month before or a few weeks before I'd moved in, there'd been this guy, a Frenchman, right, who'd fallen in love with some Chilean girl. He'd flown down to Chile, chasing her, right? He felt that, she was the love of his life and all the rest of it. Young guy, an engineer, well off, right? He got down to Chile, the girl blew him off, He got all depressed. He sat on the balcony in this apartment complex, had a drink, and then took a nosedive off the balcony. The 20th fucking floor. Went splat on the fucking pavement, right? Over a fucking woman, because he thought that his life was worthless without a woman. He thought that this woman was essential to his life. She's just an extra. She's just the premium package. Great to have her, but not necessary. Never ever think that a woman is necessary in your life. Never. See, because that's a trap that we men fall for. We believe that the woman is essential, and she's not. She's just a very special guest in this episode. That's all she is, okay? She is not essential. I don't give a shit how hot she is, okay? I don't care how hot she is, how cultured, how smart, how this, that, the other. I don't care. She is not essential to your life. You can always do better. If you strike out with this one woman, there will be another better one shortly. Because there's always somebody better. Because see, no woman is the be-all, end-all, the bee's knees. There's no such woman. There is no such woman, right? But to fall for that trap, to fall for the trap that this particular woman that you met, that she's essential, that without her, I'm going to have a miserable life. I will be unhappy. I will die alone, blah, blah, blah. That's where all your mistakes come from, okay? And that's why you have to avoid it. You have to be strict about it. You want a woman, sure. Like I said, she's a hygienic need, like electricity. It's great when you have it. If you don't have it, you notice it. If you don't have it, like I said, break it down insofar as what does a woman provide to you? And what can she provide? Those three things: sex, domestic comfort and companionship, and children. And if you don't want to have children right away, which I said you shouldn't, you should wait. If you don't want to have children right away, and you want to have sex, and you want to have domestic comfort, there are ways to work around it. You can get the premium package without paying the dealer, $5,000, right? The dealer is saying that you can only get the super duper stereo system by paying the $5,000. Fuck that. Go to the aftermarket. You can get a Bose stereo for under $1,000 with installation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes I get away with my metaphors, but I think that this time it's pretty much on point. You see what I'm saying? Don't fall for the trap that a woman is essential to a happy life. She isn't. She is an extra. If you believe, and if you know in your heart, if you internalize the notion that a woman that you meet, wonderful though she may be, is just an extra, and that it would be great if she was in your life, but you can live fine without her, just as you can drive a car, a base model, without the premium package, fine. Well, if you internalize that notion, you won't be desperate. You won't be beholden to your desire. And that is how you will get the girl. That's the paradox. When you don't need her, when you know that she's just a delightful extra but not an essential, that's when she'll fall for you. Guys, take it from me, man. Like I always say, I know this shit not because I'm smarter, but because I've been around longer.